Вот школа для деток маленьких. А почему для деток маленьких? Школы для маленьких деток огорожены забором. What's the name of the school? Белый Розмари школа называется. Вот здесь чуть побольше травки. Видите, чуть побольше. Здесь участок травки. Вот. Но это, видите, при въезде, вот здесь вы видите, там, не знаю, видно? Да, видно, вот ворота такие, да. То есть каждый огражден там забором и воротами. То есть, чтобы чужие не въезжали, а въезжали только свои. И вот сейчас моя работа, так сказать. У меня есть такой тейп, у меня есть вот такая, ой, сейчас поменьше сделаю, сейчас. У меня такая есть бумажка, вот Open House, звоните вот по этому телефону. И я ее сейчас укреплю, сейчас на секунду положу телефон. И я сейчас ее укреплю на той штуке, где код надо вбивать. И то есть, если люди приехали посмотреть дом, они звонят нам, и мы им говорим номер кода, по которому можно открыть ворота. Вот. И это самое. Люди приходят, смотрят дом. Так, сейчас. То есть я сейчас вам все покажу, как это происходит, чтобы у вас было понятие, как делается открытый дом, типа. Так. Ой, сейчас. 1970?
Pound, 1970.
Yeah, pound, I remember.
Put a flag here or a flag on that corner.
On that corner for sure.
No flag here.
Well, you got one. It's enough.
Look at your lip.
Yeah, I got
That's where I
something.
get my fuckers, right there.
Yeah. Ой-ой-ой. Все. Идем. Сейчас надо открыть двери. Ой, окно. Ой, Пип, I forgot to close. Все, я иду сейчас, вот, прикрепила. И я сейчас иду, прицеплю. Сейчас вам покажу, как я это делаю. Так, впереди меня машинка. Так, хорошо. Вот, видите, кто-то тоже open house делает. Ну, наша-то красивше. Наша-то вон какая молодец. Ой, сейчас прилепилась тут. Сейчас, секундочку. Ой, господи. Все, наша вон какая. Так что все клиенты наши. Так, забыла. Ой, pound 1970. Сейчас. Чуть не открывается. Сейчас. О, открылось все. Бегом в машину. Ой, чап. И все, остальное это его работа расставлять знаки. Вот, пожалуйста, новый район, там еще можно видеть, да, домики строят за этими домами, а этот район только-только достроили. Угу. Вот видите, тоже чей-то чужой знак, уже люди уже тут на месте. Вообще мы стараемся в 12 часов уже все ставить, ну, в общем, в 12 где-то около часа, чтобы мы были в доме, потому что народ подъезжает где-то в 2 часа. Вот смотрите, видно город. Вот видите, как мы высоко. Видно город. А вот там вертолет летит. Тут вообще вертолеты это обычное дело. Так, сейчас я посмотрю. Камеру надо протереть. А ну-ка. Ну, вроде лучше видно. Кто-то звонит. Ну вот. А его нету. Так, я обычно не поднимаю трубку.
Jesus, it's 15 minutes and I just got the...
Наверное, уже клиенты звонят. Клиенты звонят.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Hey, yes, my clients have an interest in the listing there on Titleist, and I've worked with these clients for, I don't know, several years, sold them several homes. They own a wealth management company here in Las Vegas, and they had asked me to see if, because I'm just getting ready to list their home in Red Rock Country Club. It's just about a 5,600 square foot home, and they just, I think, wanted to change location was the main reason why. But their home's probably going to be listed somewhere between 1.8 and 2 million. And
Okay.
so they were wondering, would the sellers be open to some creative financing, like, you know, a couple $100,000 down? As soon as their house is sold, put all that down. They would probably be a net of about 1.2 on that, and then whatever balance would be left, you know, maybe do you know, a financing for up to 30, maybe 35 months or something, with you know, penalty for prepayment. And I've actually, the one in Red Rock, we did something very similar, and you know, it worked out just fine. So anyhow,
They do mine. We've actually had a few offers on it already, which is amazing, but they didn't come together for one reason or another. I mean, how long do you think their house would take to sell? Would you rather just do a contingency, or?
well, I mean, you never know how that goes. I mean, you'd like to think it would be gone within the, you know, the first 30 days. Usually on the larger homes like that, unless they're, you know, spectacular and they're priced really good, you know, it'll probably take, you know, anywhere from, say, 60 to maybe even up to 120 days. Just depends.
Right, right. No, it definitely, there's a smaller pool of people for that.
But they,
I think they
I can't.
consider
Well, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I can tell you that they've just put a great deal of money into the house, upgrading it and doing all kinds of things to it. So that, you know, should maybe help, you know, in the resale of it, you know. So that would be nice.
And they own it free and clear, or do they have a loan on that?
You know what? I'm not sure. I mean, if they have any loan at all on the house, it's minimal. Because I know.
What about doing a home equity line before you list it? Get a home equity line in place. I mean, that, you know, it'll take, I don't know, 3 weeks. They won't do it once it's listed, obviously, but they could use that for their down payment and then finance this one and then just pay that off when the house sells or something.
Yeah,
or, you know, the sellers may be willing to carry it, but they're not going to carry it for 36 months. They might carry it till the other house sells, you know, but they probably want a little more substantial down than a couple $100,000, because that's not very much, you know, on this kind of property.
I think what my clients really wanted more than anything was just to see if they would be open to some sort of creative, you know, financing setup on it. So if you don't mind and you want to, if you wanted to run something by them and say, look, just in case, you know, you'll be open to this, what kind of a scenario would you, you know, be willing to do? And then, you know, I think...
Yeah, I talked with them because we've actually had we've asked, someone else wanted to do a long-term owner carry because they're Canadian and they need to get citizenship, and for whatever reason, they can't get financing. I know there are some Canadian national financing deals, but I also had someone ask for a lease option. They're really just looking to get... I had someone else wanting to trade a house.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, like, if it was like a maximum of a year, like if you think their house is going to sell within a year, which, I mean, you sound like a good agent, and that should happen, then I think something like that they would definitely look at. Why don't you show it and see if they like it, and then I will present anything, I will push it.
Yeah,
you know, but
I understand.
You know, if you want them to carry it, obviously don't give a lowball offer, give them a good offer that makes sense.
Yeah, I think on something like that, willing to carry, I mean, I'm not going to speak, it's between you and me, but I think they'd be willing to, like, give them their asking price or something like that. And,
right.
And
yeah.
just out of being grateful that they would be willing to consider something. And here's the other thing: I think when they say like maybe 30 months or something like that, it's just as a precaution. They would rather pay it off much sooner. In fact, the one that we just did, like 2 years ago, they had a 5-year on it, and they paid it off in the first year. So, I think they just didn't want any penalties for prepayment, and they would like to probably pay it off sooner than that. But again, I'm just sort of putting some things out there as far as creativeness is concerned.
Yeah.
So if everybody's
they're open to it if it makes sense.
Okay.
I mean, obviously they're all smart people. Your buyers are smart, the sellers are smart. They wouldn't be in the price point. But
exactly.
If they had a sizable down payment and an exit strategy that makes sense, like we are going to pay you off when our house sells, then that's fine. If it's like, oh, we just want you to carry it because it definitely, obviously nobody wants to do that.
Here's the reason for I think a little delay. Like capital gains or something they have to deal with or on something. I forget what it was. Again, like I said, he does wealth management and he's very sharp on that. Handles a lot of very high end accounts. So I think that the only reasoning behind it was for tax purposes for him. So.
How long has he been in this other property? Has he been over 2 years?
2 years. Probably.
Okay, so he can sell it tax-free right now. That's good.
Yeah, I think something like that. But again, without getting specific on anything, what I threw out is just sort of a possible scenario. I guess they didn't want to waste anybody's time because some people nope, I'm just looking for a straight sale.
I discussed that with them. I mean, but I will tell you, they won't get too far into it with me until someone's shown the house. I mean, we actually had somebody write an offer sight unseen because the buyer's in Florida, and they just felt like, even I know that's common, but the owners are in California, and they're like, we don't want to take this house off the market for someone who hasn't seen it.
Right. So
that buyer is actually supposed to be flying in to look at it in person, and it's like, it's not that we don't want to respond to your offer, but it just seems like we're spinning our wheels, unless you see it. So, I mean, to be able to consider an owner carry probably a maximum of a year, I would say that would be a safe thing to tell your client.
Okay. Well, so I guess at this point, they would possibly be open to something creative. It would just have to be, terms that they both were. Sense. Yeah, something that makes sense
but
for
if I
both
call
parties.
them right now and ask them, they'll say, and they'll say they've seen the house. I mean, they've seen the house. I mean, but yeah, it's definitely not an absolute no. It's definitely a maybe.
Okay.
So, let's let me know when you want to get over there. I'll get you cleared, and we have 3 showings today. It's vacant. You can go anytime.
Yeah, they're out of town right at the moment, and but I expect them back anytime soon. So I think you have it set up as on showing times or something, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, you could text me and call me, whatever you want to do. I mean, showing time's nice because it's very trackable, obviously, but this isn't one where I have 12 people coming through a day like some of my listings. So.
Yeah. Well, okay, we're very good, but I think we at least got to first base. So I'll let them know that there's a possibility and could be something that could be worked out. So let's go see it, and if you like it, then let's get serious.
Okay. That sounds great.
All right, Michelle. Thank you for calling back. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye.
Good job. Рок-н-ролл. Рок-н-ролл. Почти договорился. Сейчас есть клиенты, они давно дом ищут, и они приглядели один домик. И, значит, вот сейчас они договорились. Это был риэлтор с того дома. И, значит, наши клиенты, они сейчас не в городе, они куда-то уехали путешествовать. И, в общем, когда они приедут сюда, она им сказала, говорит, пускай приходят, посмотрят, и тогда они посмотрят, если они могут сделать там финансирование быстро, что такое. Они тоже такие крученые, не хотят никакие штрафы платить. В общем, вот такие дела.